So students, today we are going to learn 9th standard physics chapter, motion. This chapter is in every board, state board, ICSE board and CBSE board in 9th standard. So whichever board you are in, you can follow my video, learn everything and you can compare that with your book also. So I am going to teach everything in very detail. So grab your notebook, pen, pencil and your book and start learning. So I am going to follow mainly this book. All CBSE board students are following this book in 9th standard. And the chapter is the 7th chapter, I think 7th chapter. 8th chapter, motion, in page number 98 in my book. Your book page may differ, my book is old book. So this chapter we are going to learn in very much details. So let's start. So the first concept is motion. So how many states of motion we can see? So we can see two states of motion. One is rest, that means there is no motion, and one is motion, that means something is moving. So you can note down, motion means movement and rest means no movement. Now what is there to understand? It's very easy, right? But no, there are so many things to understand here. Okay, so the first thing we need to understand is how rest and motion are related to each other. So we call as, the statement here is rest and motion are relative. Now what does this word relative means? This does not mean some person is our relative like uncle and aunt, not like that. Here relative means both are in a relation, we are comparing that. So now if you see a car moving outside your window, you can easily understand that the car is moving, right? So it is in motion. Now you look at your room and try to see any object like your bed or your study desk or something that is not moving. Now you look at that and tell me, is that object moving? Is that object is at rest, or is that object is at motion? Now if your answer is the object is at rest, that is not wrong but not correct also. So the object, suppose the bed in your room, you are telling it is at rest. Your answer is correct only in the reference frame of our earth or only in the reference frame of our room. Now if we go beyond earth, we can see that the earth itself have its own motion, right? So it is having its rotational motion and the revolution. So earth itself has its own motion. So how can things inside the earth be at rest? So everything in our earth is moving with the earth. So there is nothing at rest inside our earth. Now that means when we say that something is at rest, that means we are comparing its motion with some other thing. Like if you are sitting in a train, this is an obvious example in every physics book. So if you are sitting in a train and the train is moving, if you are looking down on the floor, after some time it feels like we are not moving because we are inside the reference frame of the train. So when we look outside the window from the train, we can see everything is moving and it feels like that we are not moving but the outside things are moving backward. But is the outside thing moving backward? No, we are moving with the train. Okay, so from this topic we are getting one new term, reference frame, right? So note it down. What is a reference frame? So note it down and write it. A reference frame is a point of view or coordinate system from which you observe and measure motion, position, speed and other physical quantities. So what is the reference frame? this can be a question, 2 marks question in your exam. So what is a reference frame? A reference frame is a point of view or coordinate system from which you observe and measure motion, position, speed and another physical quantities. So note it down. Then we'll go to the next topic. Okay, and the thing is, make proper note. Keep a notebook, proper notebook and make proper note. It will help you at the time of exam, and whatever I am teaching here, it will help you in your 11th standard also. The thing I am teaching here is from the book only. If you don't learn this, many times school teachers don't have the time to teach, so they skip these topics. So if you are not learning this, you will face too much of difficulty in 11th standard, and 11th standard you will skip more and more topics. So don't do that. Learn everything that I am teaching here. Okay? Okay, so let's move to the next topic. So, our next topic is locating an object using a reference point. So, here we are going to learn what is a reference point. So, the example that is in your book is, so there is a school in a village 2 kilometers north of the railway station. Suppose this is the railway station. So, where is north? Suppose you are using a map, so you must know which direction is north on the map. So if you don't know, this will be the north, this will be the south, this is east and this is west. So 2 kilometers north of the railway station. So suppose this much distance is 2 kilometers. So from the railway station, the school is at 2 kilometer distance. So, here what is the reference point to denote the school? The reference point here is the railway station. So, this becomes the reference point. Right? Now, what is the reference point? You have understood. Now, we need to understand what is origin. Okay, origin. Origin is the starting point. Origin is the starting point. So in this case, what is the origin? Obviously the origin is the railway station. Not always the reference point and origin will be same, but in this case this is same. Okay. So next topic. So I hope everyone has understood what is reference frame and reference point and what is origin. These three things once you have understood, we can move to the next topic. I hope you have understood this. If you have not understood, please comment below. I will try to explain in the next video. So let's move to the next topic. So our next topic is motion along a straight line. This is the simplest type of motion we are going to learn now. So from the name itself you can understand an object is moving along a straight line. That means the object will be moving in a straight line. It will never move here and there. No direction change will be there. So that's called motion along a straight line. So in motion along a straight line, we have this thing in 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. We don't have much about direction change. Yes, you will learn that rotational motion in 11th or 12th, but not in 9th. In 9th, we have only motion along a straight line and the simplest form of acceleration. We don't even have changing acceleration in our syllabus. So let's understand what is motion along a straight lines and how many types of motion we can see in this topic. Okay. So okay, let us do with a calculation. So here an object is moving along this direction in a straight line. Its distance is in kilometer. And the distance here is 5, 10, okay. let's do an numerical concept here. So an object starts from origin, the origin is here, okay, an object starts from origin, moves to B, then it goes to C, then it goes to A, and then it comes to B. Okay, so the question here is, find the distance covered and the displacement. Of the object. Okay, so see, the distance and displacement topic was in 7th standard. Whoever had studied very well in 7th standard, they will remember this displacement and this distance topic very well. And whoever has studied from me, I don't know my own students will be watching this video or not, but if they are studying, they will be knowing, and others, whoever is in 9th standard, they must already know this topic, but if you don't know, that's not a problem, I will teach you. Okay, so first we have to know the term distance and we have to know the term displacement. So what is distance? Note it down. Distance is the total path covered in the journey, right? And what is displacement? The length, the shortest length or the distance between the starting and the ending point. So first note it down, then I explain what is distance and what is displacement in a diagram. So you will pause and you can note it down. Okay, so next let's understand what is distance and displacement. So suppose an object is starting from a point P and it is going to a point Q. So it is moving along a path. Suppose the point Q is here. So it is moving along a path this. Here is the point Q. And so that means the total path covered becomes the distance. And the shortest distance between P and Q, that will be a straight line distance, right? The shortest distance between P and Q will be the displacement. So you can understand by the term displacement like displacing things. Suppose you want to displace a table in your room from one corner to another corner. So you will lift the table up
with the help of your father or anyone else.
You will take the table to another corner. In this movement, your path can change many directions, right? But the displacement will be from one corner to another corner, the shortest distance. So this is called displacement. The shortest distance between starting and ending point. I hope it is clear. So let's complete this numerical now. So here the diagram is given. The object is moving from origin O to this direction, and it is given that it's first starts from O, goes to B, then comes back to C, then goes to A, again comes back to B, ends at B. So here we can easily understand the displacement. Right? Displacement is from the starting point to ending point. How much it is? 30 kilometer. Now distance. Distance is total path covered, right? So first it goes from O to B. O to B is how much? 30. Then B to C. B to C coming back 30 to here, it is 10 kilometer, right? So 10 kilometer. Then C to A, 20 to 40, it is 20 kilometer. So 20 kilometer. Then A to B. A to B how much? 32. This is 10 kilometer. So 10 kilometer. So total distance become 30 plus 10 40, 40 plus 20 60 plus 10 70. So I hope you have understand this. So next topics will be, okay, before going to next topic, I want you to complete these questions. So this question is from my side. You solve it, you try it and you solve it and answer. You comment your answer in the comment section. And there are some other questions that is based on this topic, distance and displacement, that is in your book. But in my book, that place is blank. So I'll attach the screenshot with this video. You can see that in your book and you can complete that in the note. So keep a note for my teaching and keep the note for your reference up to 11th and 12th standard. So I'll go to the next topic. The next topic will be speed and distance for uniform motion. Okay. So you can complete this one. You can revise up to this topic. Then you can continue watching and learning the next part. Okay.